The next topic is federal finance. It is found on page number 197, 9.12. 9.12. So, what is federal finance? Before explaining this term, let me explain federal system. When the government's functions are divided between two set of authorities, that is the central government and state government, it is called as federal system. So India is a federal country as per its constitution because in India we have the functioning of the central government as well as the state government. So all the resources must be allocated between the central and the state without any problem. So what is federal finance? Federal finance refers to the system of assigning the source of revenue to the center as well as state governments for the efficient discharge of their respective functions. So, to carry out their functions, the state government has to carry out certain functions and the central government has to carry out certain functions. So, to do all these functions, they require money or they require the income because the government has got a lot of expenditures. The government has to cater to the needs of the people. So it is a welfare government. It has to take care of all the needs of the citizens of the country. So they need money. So the government is generating revenue. When they get the revenue, it has to be shared between the central government and the state government. So the sharing or the allocation of resources between the central government and state government is called as federal finance. So federal finance refers to the system of assigning the source of revenue to the central as well as the state governments for the efficient discharge of their respective functions. That is, clear-cut division is made regarding the allocation of resources of the revenue between the central and the state authorities. So there is an allocation of resources between center and states. There must be an allocation of resources between center and state. So it has been mentioned clearly in the constitution. There is a clear mention regarding the financial powers in the constitution. So what are the things that the central government has to do and what are the areas in which the state government has to concentrate? All this has been mentioned clearly in our constitution. So according to our constitution, there are three types of lists. The seventh schedule to Article 246 of the Indian Constitution has given the functions of the center and the state under three categories. They are called as list. Under list 1, we have the union list. That is the functions which the central government has to do. In list 2, we have the state list. The state list consists of certain subjects of local interest. And in list 3, we have the concurrent list. Concurrent list contains subjects of common interest to both the union as well as the states. So in the first list, in the union list, 100 subjects of national importance are mentioned, such as defense, railways, post and telegraph. In list 2, 61 subjects of local interest such as public health, police, etc. has been mentioned. List 2 has to be carried out by the state. The respective state has to carry out the 61 functions mentioned in this state list. It is in the area of public health, police, etc. The concurrent list has 52 subjects which are important to both the union and the state, such as electricity, trade union, economic and social planning. Next, we have the central state financial relationship. What is the relationship between the center and the state? So, there are different sources of income for both the union as well as the state. So, first let us see the sources of income for the union. Under this, we have 20 items, but I have given you only 10. Please study all the 20. If you're not able to study, at least study 10 items, because this question can be asked as a compulsory question. What are the sources of income for the central government and for the state government? So first let us see the sources of income for the central government. We have the corporation tax, currency, coinage and legal tender, foreign exchange, duties of customs including export duties. So all these are the sources of income for the union. Next we have the sources of income for the state. What are the taxes which the state has to collect? The capitation tax is collected by the state, estate duties collected by the state, land revenue, taxes on agricultural income, taxes on land and buildings. All these are the incomes for the state. So first we have the union sources, then the state sources. Third, we have the taxes levied and collected by the union but assigned to the states. What do you mean by that? Taxes levied and collected by the union but assigned to the states. So these taxes are imposed by the union government. It is imposed by the union government, but it is also collected by the union government. It is imposed and collected by the union government, but later on it is assigned to the states. Assigned to the states means it is given back to the states. ஸோ மத்திய அரசினால் விதிக்கப்பட்டு மத்திய அரசே வசூலித்து, ஆனால் அதை கொடுக்கறது யாருக்கு? ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஒதுக்கீடு செய்கிறது ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட். ஸோ இட் இஸ் லெவிட் பை த யூனியன், it is collected by the union, but it is assigned to the states. So the first thing is it is collected by the union. Second one, it is purely collected by the state. The third one, இந்த tax விதிக்கிறதே யாரு? Center. This tax is levied by the center. It is collected by the center, but it is assigned to the states. I want to repeat this again. All these taxes are imposed by the center and collected by the center. This is imposed by the state and collected by the state. But here, this is imposed by the union, collected by the union, and it is assigned to the states. What are the taxes or what are the revenues? It is duties in respect of succession to property other than agricultural land, taxes on railway fares and freights. Okay. The next one, duties levied by the union. So this tax is imposed by the union, but collected and appropriated by the states. What do you mean by that? It is levied by the union, but collected by the state, and it is used by the state. Here it was levied, collected by the union, and then given to states. Here it is levied by the union, collected by the state, and used by the state itself. Okay. Under this we have the stamp duties, the duties of excise on medicinal and toilet preparation. All this is levied by the government of India but shall be collected by the state and it can be used by the state. Next one is last one. Taxes which are levied and collected by the union. So this is levied and it is also collected by the union, but which may be distributed between the union and the states. So this tax is levied, collected by the union, and it is distributed to the union as well as the states. Okay. So the fifth one is taxes are levied and collected by the union, but which may be distributed between the union and the states. What do you mean by union here? Here union means it is a union government. Here they are talking about the union territories. Okay. There are 8 union territories in India. So this tax is levied and collected by the union. That is, union means center. It is imposed, collected by the central government, but later on it is distributed between the union territories and the states. So these are the sources of income for the country. That is for both the central government as well as the state government. So first we saw federal finance, then the list, three types of list which is given in the constitution. List 1 union list, list 2 state list, and list 3 concurrent list. Later on we saw the central state financial relationship, the sources of income for the union, the sources of income for the state, the taxes which are levied, collected by the union but assigned to the states, the duties levied by the union but collected and appropriated by the state, that is, it is collected and used by the states. Last one, taxes which are levied and collected by the union, but later on it is distributed between the union territories and the states. Okay,